Hey everyone, I'm Matthew Francis, and I'm at home during quarantine, and a lot of you have been wanting to know about how to cook asparagus. So I'm going to show you 3 different ways to do it correctly. The first thing you want to know is how you should cut off the ends of your asparagus, right? You see it long like this, and you don't want to have the woody ends. You kind of just snap off the end, and that's what you know is going to be too tough, and the rest is going to be great and tender. Once you snap off the end, come down here, and you'll see how much you can actually cut off. Usually if you have rubber bands on your asparagus, you can cut up right above it. These are all the woody stems. We don't really want to eat them because they're too tough, but don't throw them away. They're great to put into a veggie stock or a chicken stock. A lot of great flavor in there. The first thing that we're going to do is take our asparagus that we just trimmed, and we're going to put it into a pot of rapidly boiling water. And to that, I'm going to add some salt and put the asparagus in. So we're going to boil this asparagus for about 2 to 3 minutes until the asparagus becomes tender and bright green. Then you know it's ready. You can always pull one out and taste it too. But how blanching is different from just boiling is blanching is when you boil a vegetable just until it's at its peak crispness and freshness, and then you go right into a bucket of ice water and cool it down rapidly so that it still stays crisp. Which is why I have a bowl of ice right here. I'm gonna add in some water, and then as soon as the asparagus is ready, we'll dump it inside. This looks great, and I'm gonna scoop it out. And then let these cool down, and then you have perfectly blanched asparagus. So our blanched asparagus is finished, and you can see right here, you can use it for dipping. You can also chop it and put it on salads. Blanched asparagus is classic and super simple. It's a great addition to many different types of meals, and it tastes delicious. Next, we're going to move on to sauteed asparagus, which is great to add to any pastas or eggs, or even just to have on the side for vegetables. And what you're going to do is get a non-stick skillet or some kind of skillet, add in some butter, and then add in your asparagus. I like to have it chopped up into little pieces. Add some salt, pepper, and then toss it up. And you're just going to cook this again for like 2 to 3, 4 minutes until the asparagus is bright, green, and tender. Since we are sauteing, you want a little bit of some color, a little bit of browning, and that's going to add some great flavor to your asparagus. Okay, so now our asparagus is a little bit brown, but still crisp enough, not overly mushy or tender. And what we're going to do is, right before we finish it, I'm going to sprinkle on some lemon juice. And then into a bowl it goes. What's great about adding some fresh lemon juice at the end, it really just kind of brings out all the great flavors from the asparagus and from the butter. So you have a really great flavor all together. And I'm gonna take a bite. Nice and fresh, vibrant. The goal with cooking any type of vegetable is you want it to be tender enough that you can really taste all the flavors, but you don't want it to be mushy. So you want a good combination of it being still crisp to hold its shape, but tender enough so you can enjoy it. Alrighty, and finally we're on to our grilled asparagus, a summer classic. So what you have to know about grilling asparagus is you want to already have your grill preheated or your grill pan preheated. So look down here, and you'll see we have a hot grill pan going, and before we put the vegetables on the grill itself, we want to season them. So we're going to put our asparagus in this bowl right here, and then we can add some oil, salt, and pepper. Make sure they're nice and coated, and then we can go right onto the grill. Spread them all out. So what's important with grilling vegetables is you want it to be a high heat so you get as many grill marks as you can. But since these are asparagus and they're really thin, it might be kind of hard to get some really good quality grill marks. So just try your best. And basically you want to cook these for about maybe 3 to 4 or 5 minutes. Again, all the same amount of time. And then just go until you get a little bit of char and then flip it over. So once your asparagus has some nice char on it, it's nice and bright green, and it looks tender, you can pick them up and go into a bowl. And grilled asparagus is great with other grilled meats, other grilled vegetables, but maybe with some crusty bread. Asparagus on the grill is delicious. Okay, and now we have our finished grilled asparagus. I'm gonna take a bite. It's tender, but it still holds its shape. It has a little bit of that smoky, charred grill flavor. Delicious. There we go. That's 3 different ways that you can make asparagus at home. Blanching it, sauteing it, and grilling it. And really there's endless ways you can utilize those for your meals. So have fun, go crazy for it. And if you enjoyed watching this video, thank you. Please subscribe to Allrecipes so you don't miss any of our great videos we do make. And hit that notification bell so you don't miss out. And tell me what you would pair these asparagus dishes with in the comments down below. I'm Matthew, and I'll see you next time.